surrounded by snow. And it was an effort to try to write a New Year's hymn. So the album that was being targeted was a Christmas record, but the idea came up, what if we had kind of a version of Old Lang Syne, but a Christian version? So this was, we're trying to make a New Year's hymn, and I want to talk about a couple of verses. The co-writer, his name is Dave Fournier. He originally had 6 or 7 verses, and we knew we didn't want to bore people with 7 verses, so we pared it back to 4. Verse 1, it kind of starts out big, and then moves small. Spinning world by your own hand, hurls ever on around the sun. The seasons march at your command. The old departs, the new year comes. And though celestial is your gaze, you search and care for all our ways. We offer up to you this day and all of our tomorrows. So the theme of verse 1 is that the holy, transcendent, altogether other and holy God cares for us deeply. He knows us intimately. Before the foundation of the world, he looked ahead. He knew all the sins we'd ever commit, and yet, because of his love and his mercy, chose us and adopted us. And then at the end of the verse, it kind of gives our response. Then is to offer up to him every day with new morning mercies to use our waking hours in the way that he chooses. Verse 2 kind of moves into our pathway. We're looking ahead. Our feet are on the ground. May zealous youth and cautious age determine not the steps we choose. Great shepherd, guide us through each day. Oh, how we want to follow you. Come living way, our way make clear. Let perfect love drive out our fear. Be thou our vision, now and here, and all of our tomorrows. So depending on what station and season of life you're in, we can either be influenced by the excitement of the new, or influenced by kind of the warning of past experiences, but both have their place, but God isn't influenced by our circumstances because he isn't bound by human wisdom. He's not a God that learns anything. He's unchanging. And then the second half of the verse is the posture that God takes towards us isn't one of a taskmaster, isn't one of someone forcing us, but he's a great shepherd. He's the one that gently leads and pursues and protects his sheep. And then again, our response should be, we should want to follow him. Verse 3, it's kind of the centerpiece of the song. When winter makes us reminisce of warmer days so distant now, of cherished saints the sun once kissed, whose beauty passed behind the clouds. Let all our fond and longing tears remind us we are pilgrims here. We trust you, sovereign of our years, with all of our tomorrows. I don't know if you know this, but at church here at Grace, over 2020 and 2021, we had close to 90 memorials and funerals here. In fact, a couple weeks ago, I lost my grandpa, and my wife lost her grandmother. So to me, this verse is one that I keep coming back to because it reminds me of the fragility of life, right? And it's good and it's healthy to mourn and to grieve. That's human nature. But we don't mourn and grieve without hope, because for Christ followers, though death never comes when it's convenient, it doesn't ask permission, it's still a gateway to enjoy our Savior forever. It's actually an answer to Jesus' high priestly prayer. In John 17, he says, Father, I desire that they also, whom you have given me, that's you and me, may be with me where I am, to see my glory that you have given me because you loved me before the foundation of the world. And so to die and to be in heaven is actually an answer to the Lord's Prayer for all those who put their hope and their trust in the finished work of Christ. Verse 4, final verse, it's taking into account what we just sang, and now we're looking ahead. Hands to the plow, we're pressing on and running hard to win the prize. Empowered by the love of God with grace before and grace behind. For lo, what hope before us stands. You finish all that you began. Eternal joy is in your hands and all of our tomorrows. So this final verse, it's one of commitment and commission. Again, it's a call to action to carry on, to labor, not in our own strength, but with the strength that only the Spirit gives us. And I think it's easy to sing. Is it pretty easy to sing? Okay, good. It's interesting because there was a set of verses, and I had been working on this melody for a couple months beforehand, and when they were looking for a melody, it just seemed like the melody just kind of mapped onto where the lyrics were. So it was a really neat process. So I just wanted to share that side of me. My hope is that maybe this January, this could become our new song for January as we look ahead to 2023. Let's stand together, and on the other side of your song sheet, let's sing that final verse of There Is a Redeemer. Can we do that? Let's stand together. Here we go. When I stand in glory, I will see His face. There I'll serve my King forever in that holy place. Thank you, oh my Father, for giving us your Son and leaving your Spirit till the work on earth is done. Thank you again. Thank you, oh my Father, for giving us your Son and leaving your Spirit till the work on earth is done. Thanks for taking some time for me today. All right, ready to go back to rehearsals? Let's do it.